Wow.
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and on Twitter, The Pascal Show. One word, hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this story. This one's not so great. I'm going to be honest. This one's ridiculous. And as we're waiting for GM, okay, for the verdict, for the sentencing of GM right now, I figured I'd fill up some time and give you some pop-up videos. And this one was given to me by members of the fam, Infinite Content. Shout out to Infinite. And this one really just bothers me, y'all, because I've been covering this whole story around the Uvalde shooting, the Robb Elementary School shooting that took the lives of 19 children and 2 teachers. And there's just been so many lies and so many pieces of information, facts that have been lies that have been debunked, information that has been just kind of chopped up and screwed. Let's just say that, okay? And there was one particular story about a mother that freed herself from the police, was able to hop a fence and get her children out of the school, because we got to remember the Uvalde police were stopping all parents from going in to the school where there was an active shooter inside doing heinous things, obviously unthinkable things to 19 children and 2 teachers. Now, the mother who went out and got her children out safely, one of the very many brave parents that were willing to fight tooth and nail and risk their entire life, risk their entire lives to get their future, their seed out of that school. She spoke out. She was interviewed. We talked about it. We saw it. She just basically told her story, gave her account of how she was able to get her kids out of the school. Now, the thing is that, okay, before we get into the main topic here, the thing is that there are people out here that actually think that what she said was absolutely fabricated. And it's interesting because we have footage where we see her running away with the 2 children. I don't think it's fake, but there's a lot of people that do think that she is lying about this. Now, she has now come out and has spoken about how the police, the Uvalde police, are now threatening her and her family for doing what I feel she has every right to do, which is to speak out and talk about how enraged she is, just like every other parent out here, how enraged she is about how the police handled their business, handled their situation at the Robb Elementary School. We got an article. I got a video, of course, as well. We got to take a look at this very, very quickly. But it says this: mom who was handcuffed by police before she managed to jump the fence and save her son and her friends and his friends from Uvalde gunmen claims she is now being harassed by officers who park outside her home and flicker their headlights. What the hell is going on? Now, if this is entirely 110% true, let me say this real quick before we go into these bullets and look at this video. If you got time, 5-0, if you out there in Uvalde and you got time to do that, you most definitely had time to save those children. Why are you going and why are you zoning in on this one woman? That's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me, because she was able to get her child and some of his friends away from harm, something that y'all were supposed to do. Just saying, as we start to see more facts, we start to see empty hallways with them at the end of cops at the end of the hallways, brandishing, holding AR-15s and ballistic shields when they said they were not equipped to do what they needed to do to save those 19 children and 2 teachers, which still, again, a lot of things are coming out as full bold-faced lies. But let's continue here, okay? Angeli, I think it's Angeli, maybe. Angeli Rose Gomez was cuffed by police outside Robb Elementary School. In an hour before cops confronted the gunman, she got free and saved her sons. I don't know how she was able to get herself free. That's the part I still am going, how does she do that? Is she a magician? Was she able to pick the handcuffs or something like that? I'm confused. Unless one of the cops let her go. She's like, I'm calm. I won't do anything. Please uncuff me. And maybe that's what happened. And then she just ran. Maybe that's what happened too. You never know. But that part I still find a little weird, but let's continue here, okay? The mama, too, said officers have harassed her following the Uvalde massacre. The Texas school shooting on May 24th left 19 children and 2 teachers dead. More than 85 people who have been, there have been more than 85 people that have been killed in mass shootings in Texas since 2018. No offense, but that's maybe something that Texas needs to look into. Maybe the gun laws may need to be, maybe they need to circle back on certain policies and whatnot. But that's what I feel the whole country needs to be focusing on as well. Okay. Now, this one I got, okay, and this is very, very wild to me. And this is in a tweet, but it says the mother who rescued her 2 boys from the Uvalde gunman says she's being harassed by cops at her own home. They're going and finding out her personal information, and they're showing up to her crib, honking and flashing lights and all that stuff, harassing her. Why? But let's continue. She has said, Miss Gomez said, she had to separate from her boys, which you're going to see in this video. She says she had to separate from her boys just so my sons don't feel like they have to watch cops passing by, stopping. This is crazy, y'all. Let's take a look at this video right here.
24th, Gomez claims she's been faced with scrutiny from law enforcement at her own home.
The other night we were exercising and we had a cop parked at the corner flickering us with his headlights.
Due to incidents like this, Gomez said she is separated from her boys.
Just so my sons don't feel like they have to watch cops passing by, stopping, parking.
She has been protesting along with other community members in Uvalde Town Square, asking for UCISD Police Chief Pete Arredondo to be fired. Her goal now is to file a lawsuit.
The fact that he wasn't fired immediately based upon whatever it is, hours of video from testimony such as from Angeli is an indication that there is some sort of corrupt.
24th, Gomez claims she's been faced with.
This is so crazy to me, guys. Honestly, this is absolutely nutty to me that you have somebody who is speaking out, understandably speaking out and saying something, saying, hey, I'm sick and tired of these cops right now lying. We already know that some cops went in there just to get their own children and no one else. We already know that they said, oh, we had a ring, a keychain or something like that filled with keys. And we were trying to figure out which one was the master key. And then you see that, hey, first off, could have gone to the janitor, said, hey, which one's the master key? They received those keys from the janitor. And you're telling me you couldn't have gone to the janitor and said, hey, which one's the master key so that you can open the door and do your business and save some lives? Then when they say, hey, the school district chief of police said, hey, I went to the door and I jostled it. I tried the door, only to find out that there's no way that the gunman would have been able to get inside of that school, in that classroom, if the door was locked. So then you're telling me that he did not even try. He didn't even try the door. The security cam footage that is showing allegedly that officer did not try to go down there and open the door. So There are too many lies that are going out here. And now they're trying to intimidate this woman right here because she's one of the few people that was able to successfully get her children away because she was brave enough to say, I'm willing to take a bullet to make sure my children are okay. Now, I want to show you guys this too, real quick, because there's this footage of her actually running away from the space. Actual footage, photos, and stills from the video and all that. But take a look at this. This is her with her two sons running away with her two sons. She has no handcuffs on her. Still, I don't know how she got uncuffed. That's a part I still don't know. But still, she's here, safe, with her two children, running away from harm. Do you know how many other parents would kill for this opportunity? Those parents of all those 19 children that are no longer here? I guarantee you they're upset right now. I guarantee you seeing this, there is, it pulls at them, angers them to beyond. These are the photos of her two children. But you can see right here, I don't need to show the full video, but she's running away with these children saying, hey, with her children. And then she gets interviewed later on saying, hey, I got free. I went and I saved my kids because no one else was going to do it. And now she has cops, Uvalde police, starting to harass her in her own front yard. What is going on here that would make the Uvalde police want to go out of their way to allegedly harass this woman for saving her children, for doing what she had to do to make sure that her children survived? She is one of the few that were lucky enough to get their children out of there. The police weren't doing anything, so parents had to take matters into their own hands. This whole thing is so sad to me and unfair because we have people out here, parents of these 19 children, that have said goodbye to their children over the past few weeks, that I'm sure would have done everything in their power to jump that fence just like Angeli and save their children. But these Uvalde police officers need to stop harassing and need to stop lying. And obviously we need transparency. We need the truth. And what we're getting right now, slowly but surely, is exactly that, against Uvalde police's will, for sure. This is sad, y'all. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, because in my personal opinion, this is just absolute BS. Leave these families alone. Leave this mother alone when she did everything she could to save her own child, her own children, and some other kids too. Because no one else was doing it, y'all. None of these cops were doing it. And if this is 110% true, then I commend this woman for putting her life on the line for the sake of these young kids. Anyway, comment down below, hit that like button, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.